We are hearing from some banks that are having trouble in terms of at least dealing with all the applications coming at them. And I'm also hearing from some professionals and accountants that there is some confusion in terms of calculating the average monthly payroll costs, for example. What can you tell us in terms of how it's being administered and what changes need to be made to make it move even faster?
Well, look, it's a monumental undertaking, and I think we have to give Secretary Mnuchin and SBA a lot of credit. This thing's not easy. I just came, as of 9:30 this morning, David, their commitments for $38 billion worth of loans. The loans, 130,000 loans themselves, 2,400 lenders. So that's a terrific start, okay, make that point. On some of the details, I'm not involved in the day-to-day workings. Treasury will probably be able to fill you in. I'm not sure I heard your last point, but maybe you can repeat it. If I can help, I will. But again, it got off to a terrific start, $38 billion as of this morning. That's a big number.
Yeah, no, it is. My question was specific to what I've been hearing from some professionals, accountants, for example, that are having some difficulty calculating average monthly payroll costs. Apparently, there are also some lack of concrete answers in terms of some of the rules that have been issued. Again, I know this is more Treasury's area, Larry, than yours. I don't know if you have anything to share in terms of whether they're going to be able to provide more specifics at SBA for those who are applying.
Well, look, no question they will. I mean, the glitches will get worked. It's a monumental undertaking. $350 billion. You can just imagine, from small business to banks to loan guarantees, ultimately backed up by SBA and Treasury. I mean, again, this is our effort to respond to the almost the exponential rise in the coronavirus and the mitigation effects necessary to deal with it. And of course, we are going to look into a very difficult economic period, an economic contraction. We're in the midst of it. You and others, we've all seen the early unemployment numbers. So look, we're trying to deal with it in two ways. And it's really about payrolls and about individuals and families. First of all, on the payroll side, we're doing the best we can to reward companies that can keep their payrolls going, and we will forgive these loans and loan guarantees to the extent that the payroll forgiveness works. Okay, that's very important. As long as you keep your people on, we're going to help you a lot. We may help you additionally, but that's the first step. On the other side, I just want to make this point. We're giving assistance checks to 175 million Americans. 175 million Americans. It's a humongous number. And the checks from the Treasury and the IRS probably start going out, I think, this week, perhaps early next. But I think Secretary Mnuchin's talking about this week. And also, if you are laid off, we plussed up the unemployment benefits substantially. The Labor Department has delivered those funds to the states. The states are trying to distribute it. So we are trying to keep this economy together, and hopefully we're going to get a break. I say hopefully, I say prayerfully in the next 4 to 8 weeks, and we maybe that's all it's going to take. Maybe it's going to be worse. I don't want to forecast, but we are doing everything we can. Liquidity, cash, rescue, try to keep the labor force connected to the actual businesses. I think so far it's a good start for a monumental task.
Larry, as always, it's Jim. Thank you for your optimism. Very much needed. I know sometimes criticized. We know we don't care because it's one nation. There are people, Larry, who want to contribute so badly. Feels like the March of Dimes here when you and I knew that we had to lick polio. What's the matter with doing a $1 trillion 30-year at 1.5 that we could a war bond, a COVID war bond, Larry? Do you know how quickly that would sell out? We feel so helpless, but we want to stop this. Everyone in America wants to stop it, and we want to find a way to do it. Let us.
Jimmy, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a great idea. Obviously, I've talked to our colleagues about this, and whatever the maturity and the exact rate would be. This is a time, it seems to me, to sell bonds in order to raise money for the war effort, in this case, the pandemic effort, in this case, the effort to keep families and individuals and businesses afloat. I am all for it. This would be a long-term investment into the future of American health, safety, and the economy. So from my standpoint, technical considerations aside, I think the concept is exactly right. I think it's exactly right.
All right, so you know the bond market really well, and you're a great economist. I worked with you for many years. Would this be something, say, that you could refer to the president? Because we would all unite. And what a terrific thing, a war bond that everybody can go for. How much would we all want to buy that, Larry? This is such a good opportunity.
Jimmy, I will pass along to the president, who is always keenly interested in your point of view, as is Secretary Mnuchin, and certainly I've always used you as a guiding light. We may not always agree, but we do in the big things. And I like the way you put that, and I think this is a moment to do whatever it takes, to use whatever federal levers are necessary, and one of those levers might be an unusual but timely and important means of federal finance. No question about it.